I'm Andrea Fappani. I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona, and we just won the Level 4 Open Reining Futurity.
Tell me your horse's name and a little about your history with that horse.
We call him Gambler. His name is All Bets Are Off, and he's been with me since he was a yearling. I saw him when he was first born at Mr. Archese's place and Jeff Oswood in Weatherford, and kind of fell in love with him and asked Mr. Archese if I would get a chance to train him, and he promised me that he would early on. So I've been waiting impatiently for that moment. So he came into training when he was a yearling, late yearling year. We turned him up for a couple of months, and then I've been able to spend most of the time myself. My guys started him just at the very beginning, but he's one of the special ones that I wanted to ride from the beginning. So we have a good bond. He's a pretty cool horse.
What does it feel like to lope out there to the tune of Run for the Roses?
Well, it never gets old, I can tell you that, and especially in a year like this, to where the uncertainty of we didn't even know if we were going to be able to show our Futurity horses or not, and that combined with the fact that it was the first year to win $250,000 for the winner. Even if you don't think about it, you try to do your job as always. It's always in the back of your mind that it would be pretty special to do it. So to be able to do it tonight and walk in there in front of everybody, it's special.
And I saw you take the bridle off and spin bridleless.
Yeah.
Did you know that your horse was ready for that?
No, I didn't know a few years ago when I did it with Spooky Wiz, and he did it well. And this year they didn't give us much room in there, so I couldn't do a whole lot of loping. So there was a short area, so I figured, well, even if he runs off, he doesn't have too far to run. We'll be all right.
Awesome. Well, tell me about the run.
Well, it was a consistent run, and that's always what I think wins the Futurity. The derbies and some of the major events later on in their life, you got to really hang it out and make a statement out there. But the Futurity is such a different show. I mean, we're riding these young horses. It's a long time that they're here, and most of the time, if you have a talented enough one and you stay mistake-free, you can be right at the top. And that's what I told my wife this year. I said, I'm lucky enough this year that I've got the talent underneath me. I'm just going to try to rest them really after the semifinals. And go out there and have solid runs. And I felt that I had a chance with either one of my horses tonight, to be honest. And it's not about being cocky, but I just felt prepared. And the horses were fresh, they were sound, they were ready to go. So all three of them showed well. Gambler stepped up and put an early lead, and everybody else chased me, and it worked out that nobody got too close. But you know what? It was just a solid run. I think I was out of I was draw 10, so I was on used up ground, so I didn't want to take too big of a chance in the stops. Even if he's a huge stopper, I felt that if I didn't hit good ground, I probably would have got more of a zero stop than a plus F. So I backed off just a little bit in the stops because I felt that he had big enough circles and turnarounds to make up for it. So I went about 3/4 speed in the stops without asking him too much and stay a little bit on the safe zone, and then I really hung it out in the circles and turnarounds, and it really paid off.
Great. Did you change anything with your program, having known this horse for so long and waited to ride into this event?
Well, I've had to change a lot and adapt my program to him, because even if I loved him so much, he's definitely not the type of horse that I would pick if I saw him maybe as a 2-year-old, in the fact that he's a little bit stretched out, he keeps his head a little more elevated, and that to me, it kind of pushed me to really be a better horseman and really understand the horse. So lately, I've been so lucky that I have always horses that I can pick from that adapt to my program more, so they can adapt to me. On this one, I really had to adapt to him, and I waited a little bit longer to show him. We didn't show him until Memphis. That was the time that he went out, so I think that was in October. And the reason is because I just wanted to really take the time and really feel that he was solid. I still didn't feel that he was that solid there, but I knew that coming up to this show, he didn't disappoint. He won over there even without being a little maybe prepared, and then, so I felt that I had the talent. I really put my head down when I got back from Memphis and got him ready for this. So I'm just proud of the fact that I was able to adapt to him and didn't force him into my program to mold to fit my mold, but I don't know, I was able to adapt to him. So it's cool to win Futurities like on a horse like Little Joe Cash that fits me perfect, and one that maybe is not my style of horse, but I was still able to get it done.
Great. And with the changing show schedule this year, how do you think it affected the Futurity horses overall?
Well, I think all the Futurity horses actually benefited from it. Us trainers being home longer and being able to stretch the regimen of work to a bigger period of time instead of slamming it in between horse shows, I think it sure paid off for me. I know that in the middle of the summer I looked at my horse and I felt that they were just as prepared as the previous year in the fall, so I was able to back off a little bit, give him some time off, and really play around with what I needed to bring him up and down and having the time. So for me, it sure helped.
And who do you want to thank for helping you here tonight?
Well, obviously the owner, Mr. Archese, he looked at me this year and he said, Andrea, I'm 87 and my dream would be to win the Futurity with an Italian rider with one of my horses. So that was my mission this year. Yeah, I had two of them, and if I could have done it with one, it was special. So that to me means the world. So this is a present to you, Eleuterio, and then my whole group, my wife, my son Luca, that have been here supporting me all week. You know, it takes a lot of people to get it done. My assistant trainers, the guys that are taking care of the horses. These horses look always on top, and you know, sometimes I don't have the time to look after them as much as I would want to. So you got to depend on the group of people around you. So I'm proud of everybody, and I appreciate all their help.
And how are you going to celebrate this win tonight?
Well, I'm driving home tomorrow early, so not too much celebration, but it's going to be more inside than outside.
Markel has had the privilege of being affiliated with the National Reining Horse Association for over 20 plus years. And fortunately or unfortunately, I've been representing Markel for almost all those years as well. We are a very integral part of the horse industry. We intend to remain an integral part of the horse industry. When you look at organizations like the NRHA and NRCHA and other organizations that we have had the good fortune of representing, it's about what we can do for the people through the products that we have to offer, that being not only livestock mortality, but commercial equine insurance, farm and ranch coverage, and also commercial liability and professional trainers liability. Are they applicable to all? No, but there are so very many people in the industry that can use what we have to offer, and I'm very fortunate to have a team of specialists that work with me for Markel, our Western discipline team, and they offer products for people, Western horse people in particular, throughout the country. We have some other opportunities that are becoming available now with the hopeful addition of a new organization and some new entities, along with some other products that Markel offers as a corporation. Their winery coverage, their camp and path coverage that we've been involved with for years, and I look forward to the next 20 years representing Markel.